Good evening, everyone. This is Laura Ingraham from Washington tonight. Thank you, as always, for spending a little time with us. All right, people of all ages, they're fascinated, aren't they, by legends and myths, stuff you heard about as kids. There's Bigfoot, seen in those grainy photos. Remember those? The Loch Ness Monster. I went to Loch Ness to look for Nessie. Yeah, she has a nickname. Then there's the 5-second rule for food that you drop on the floor. You can still eat it.
Oh, gnarly!
Then there's the myth that no one should believe. The myth of the moderate Democrat. Now, they say a picture is worth 1,000 words. In this case, a poster is. Yesterday, outside an Arlington, Virginia school board meeting, a pro-transgender protest featured the usual towel crowd. Well, TOWL. That stands for typical old white liberals. Now, one towel of the female variety held a sign that read, "Hey, Winsome, if trans can't share your bathroom, then blacks can't share my water fountain." Well, Winsome refers, of course, to Virginia's Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Sears, who's running for governor against Democrat Abigail Spanberger. Sears is a Marine vet, an immigrant, and black. Well, naturally, normal people were stunned to see this message. Not only was it racially charged, but it was totally insane. So Democrats have gone so far left that their party members believe it is totally reasonable to equate girls being forced to share locker rooms with boys to blacks being forced into segregated spaces. So where were the other liberals in that crowd? You know, we saw the video. They're telling her how offensive this sign was. Did anyone tell her to take it down? Eventually, one guy whispered to her, and she did pull it down. But that was only after it was obvious that she was being filmed. But you get my point. This view is not an anomaly in the Democrat circles today. It's totally acceptable.
First day of her classes last September, my daughter and I walked in the locker room, and a biological male who identifies as transgender and who also happened to be a registered sex offender was standing there completely naked with no regard for the other patrons among whom were at least a dozen little girls. Shortly after the incident, I found out that this person had been the subject of numerous complaints from other women.
But of course, Democrats in elected office think that protecting girls' privacy and safety, that's somehow a threat. And the left-wing activists, they feel empowered.
We're here to thank the Arlington Public School System for standing up to the bullies in the Trump administration and in the Department of Education. All they have to offer is fear, and if you've heard them talk for more than a few minutes, you know there's a lot they don't understand.
Now, Democrats running for office in red or purple states, especially in the age of Trump, they try to convince voters that they're moderates. Now, Spanberger put out a statement disavowing the message on that sign, calling it racist and abhorrent, and that to threaten a return of Jim Crow segregation to a black woman is unacceptable. Well, that's a well-written statement. Good. But the truth is, time and again, when Abigail Spanberger could have challenged her party's radical agenda, she either chose silence or she actually voted for the left-wing policies. Other than John Fetterman on some issues, the truth is Democrats like Spanberger are total frauds. They're masquerading as middle of the road while voting consistently for the far-left agenda. Now, on the trans issue in particular, Spanberger not only voted against the Protection of Women and Girls Sports Act, she co-sponsored the so-called Equality Act, and that would have forced schools to allow biological men into women's locker rooms and teams in their competitions. She's no sensible Democrat. She's AOC in soccer mom's clothing. The truth is, while today's Dems claim that they understand middle America and support core American traditions, they're never going to challenge the progressives, people like Zohran Mamdani or Ilhan Omar, etc. So the radicals in the party simply get more and more powerful. So right now, voters have a chance to say, enough is enough. So anytime a so-called moderate like Spanberger is running, you know they're running a scam. She will always, and I mean always, go with the fringe over common sense. So if you believe in borders, deporting criminals, and protecting women and girls, defeating the fraudsters is the only path. And in Virginia, Winsome Sears is the only sane choice.
Early this morning, a van pulled up to the White House, and Trump told reporters, "Get in."
But we also just got a notice from the pool that they've been loaded into the vans for a movement this morning that was not on the schedule. No clear details yet on where the president is going.
The press was a little nervous about getting in. They thought Miller was finally sending him to El Salvador. Instead, they went down to the street to the museum. Trump popped up and beelined for the gift shop. Zelensky took all the 2028 hats. So Trump had to pick up some more swag for his guests. Trump thanked the construction crew who was fixing up the White House with some brand new hats. Putting up all that gold is hard work. But the worst job, cleaning up after Biden. We thought his biggest mess was at the border. You should have seen what he did in the Oval.
You see the way this is looking? Look, nice. I can't tell you how much that gold costs, a lot of money. There's nothing like gold and there's nothing like solid gold, but this beautiful office needed it. It had to be representative. When we took it over, it was dirty, not clean. I immediately changed the chair and had this beautiful desk renovated.
Trump's Golden Oval just got a little shinier. America's hosting the World Cup next summer, so Trump had to get a look at the trophy.
We brought as well this, which is the winner's trophy. Only the FIFA presidents of countries, and then those who win can touch it, because it's for winners only. And since you are a winner, of course, you can as well touch it. It's pretty heavy.
Yeah. Can I keep it?
What do you? Well, you can.
We're not giving it back. We're not giving it back. That's serious. Oh,
it fits well.
That goes very well on the wall right over there. We'll put it right below the angels.
No, Trump's not stealing it. He's going to win it.
I may play. I mean, I see the money that these soccer players, we call it soccer, but I see the money that these soccer players are making. I may try and play. I'm a very good athlete. I may put on shorts. I look extremely good in shorts and join the play.
The World Cup's going to be huge. They're saying it's like having a Super Bowl every day for a month, generating billions for the country. 47's already got his ticket.
We have the first ticket here for the final.
Wow.
For you.
Oh, good.
That's cool.
Wow.
It's, of course, row 1, seed 1. It's ticket number 45, 47. And it's for the final in New York, New Jersey. And so you have your ticket already for the final.
And the president's saving a seat for a very special guest, but only if they behave.
I was just sent a picture from somebody that wants to be there very badly. He's been very respectful of me and of our country, but not so respectful of others. I'm going to sign this for him, but I was sent one, and I thought you'd all like to see it. That's a man named Vladimir Putin, who I believe will be coming, depending on what happens. He may be coming, and he may not, depending on what happens.
This is a lot bigger than a soccer game. Every person in the world is going to be watching. All eyes on America. How are we going to present ourselves?
Sir, you're reminding me of something that my dad used to say all the time when I was growing up. He would say, Christy, you kids need to look like you respect yourself before anybody's going to respect you. And in this country, when people look at our streets, when they look at our Capitol, you're bringing respect back to this city.
The first thing a woman notices on a man, his shoes. The first thing a foreign leader notices, your capital. If you have a dirty capital or dirty shoes, no one respects you. Trump's making them respect us. Canada's dropping retaliatory tariffs against the United States. And Intel, one of the biggest chip makers in the world, just gave the USA a 10% stake of its company. And a Fox News alert, the stock market on fire today. Too late Jerome signaled he'd cut rates at the next meeting. The Dow hit an all-time high, up almost 900 points. Business is in Trump's blood. Cleaning up crime, that's a different ballgame. Many thought it couldn't be done. Do you believe in miracles?
D.C. is a miracle what's happened. There have been no murders in D.C. in the last week. That's the first time in anybody's memory that you haven't had a murder in a week.
Secretary Hegseth just authorized the Guard to carry weapons in Washington, but hopefully they don't need them. Seeing a Humvee roll down your street, that's enough to scare criminals into hiding. Everyone else has nothing to worry about. We saw some teens in D.C. talking to troops, scoping out the equipment. The Guard makes for better role models than gangsters. Locals want to see more cops on the streets.
What do you guys think about the feds coming here into Washington, D.C.?
I love it. I love it. I wish it was more.
And do you think Donald Trump's wrong for wanting to come in here and clean up the city?
Nope. No, I do not. This is the nation's capital. You got tourists scared to come here.
Tourists aren't scared anymore. This is the safest D.C.'s ever been. Everyone's happier, except white liberals.
What do you think about the federal government coming in here and trying to stop the crime?
It's a bad idea.
Okay, and so do you think they're overstepping their boundaries here in Washington, D.C.?
Yeah, I mean, it's wrong on all sorts of levels. It's just dumb.
Hundreds of arrests, no murders, guns and drugs off the street. What's dumb about that? The feds are putting it all on the line to protect the same whiny white liberals.
Right here is the fugitive. They caught him. They moved up on him before we could even get here because they felt that now was the time to act. They got him underneath arrest. They had the girl with him underneath arrest. She's getting detained. They're running a field interview with her. And this right here is a wanted fugitive that's being taken off the streets of Washington, D.C. We found a gun underneath the tree trunk, and he's also been known for selling drugs here. And just like that, you guys just got a fugitive off the streets.
Absolutely.
And you think this guy would have been?
And we've been looking for this guy for about 2 days.
But Democrats would rather have the fugitives on the streets than cops.
Do we feel good about ourselves? Yeah, we feel great, actually. Why do you think it's pathetic? They just arrested a guy who had a gun underneath the tree trunk. Why is it pathetic?
Because it's pathetic.
That they found a guy who had a gun underneath the tree trunk.
Pathetic, okay, you can justify anything. You backfill your beliefs constantly. You're targeting all the unhoused in the city. Get the microphone out of my face.
You get out of my face. You're going to act like that.
The operation in D.C. is working flawlessly. National Guard secures the city and lets the cops pick up the bad guys. Washington's America's front door, and it's squeaky clean. But we can't have other cities embarrassing us during the Cup. It's also America's 250th birthday next year. It's going to be a red, white, and blue summer. Democrats are going to try to ruin it for Trump by turning it into a summer of love. That's not happening. Trump will turn Chicago, New York, and Los Angeles into MAGA country, whether they like it or not.
Chicago's a mess. You have an incompetent mayor, grossly incompetent, and we'll straighten that one out probably next. That'll be our next one after this, and it won't even be tough. And the people in Chicago, Mr. Vice President, are screaming for us to come. They're wearing red hats, just like this one, but they're wearing red hats. African-American ladies, beautiful ladies, are saying, please, President Trump, come to Chicago. Please.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.